Well, a post-WrestleMania release has happened in the WWE, and it didn't quite come where we probably all thought it was going to come from. Good evening, everybody. It is the icon Johnny K. It is the Wednesday edition of WrestleScope Live. No, I am not going to be talking about AEW Dynamite tonight. Believe it or not, I want to talk about the big news from today. Actually, it was this evening that Sean Ross Sapp from Fightful Select had gotten a phone call while he was on his live stream, and he basically said that Nash Carter of the NXT Tag Team Champions MSK has been released by the WWE. And for those of you that don't know, the reason behind this is allegations. Now, let me just state, I am not taking sides in the story. I am only going to state what has been posted online. Mm-hmm. I am not taking sides in this story. There have been allegations from Nash Carter's wife, Kimberly, of domestic abuse. Now, there are some people out there that are saying, that she's been going back and forth on her story, that she's been wavering, whatever the case may be. There have been pictures that have come out. Dave Meltzer, I'm going to read to you what Dave Meltzer said. WWE released Zachary Green, Nash Carter, after allegations of him hitting his wife, Kimberly, came out from her a few days ago. The allegations came out prior to their decision to put the belts on them, on MSK, but her posting a photo came after. So that's obviously the very first question that comes up is, WWE obviously has been doing some sort of investigation, because this is a story that has been going around for at least a couple of weeks now. And this newest allegation came out late last week. WWE had to have known something was going on, and they had to have been doing some investigation. And if there was any question at all that this sort of thing was going on, they should not have put the belts on MSK. If they wanted to make them champions again, give it time. If they find that the allegations are not true, then you go ahead and put the belts on them later. But they opted to have MSK win the titles at Stand and Deliver in the midst of all of this. And now they go ahead and release Nash Carter. Now, like I said, I am not taking sides in this, because domestic violence, there is no place for it. Whether it's a man doing it to a woman doing it to a man, doesn't matter. There is no place for it. It should not be happening. There is never a case, unless a man's life is being threatened, a man should never hit a woman. Okay? Plain and simple. I'm going to lay it out there. If the allegations are true, WWE did the right thing, and Nash Carter needs to face the consequences. But if what the other people are saying is that there's something else going on and Kimberly is lying and everything else, well, the guy just lost his job over this. So again, I am not taking sides, because I don't know the whole story, and I don't think really anybody does. I'm just going off of the few things that I have read online. Now, here's another interesting tweet here. And this comes from, let me see, is the wife of Wes Lee, Nash Carter's tag team partner. Just so everyone is aware, Nash Carter has been living with Wes and I for months, ever since she, Kimberly, was in the hospital, which she checked herself in. He's actually been the one trying to avoid her and her mental abuse. They haven't been together. He went to one therapy session. So again, you've got, excuse me, I got something caught in my throat here. You've got another potential side of the story coming here. And really, I think the only two that know the truth are Nash Carter and Kimberly. Okay. You've got Nash's tag team partner, his wife, coming out to his defense. And I don't know. It's really hard to decide what is going on here. WWE may just be covering their butts here. Excuse me. And doing this just to avoid any issues. There has not been an official announcement from WWE that I'm aware of. But, you know, you can scroll through Twitter. If you do a search for Nash Carter, there's stuff coming up all over the place. And I'm not going to address any of it. Okay. There is a lot out there. Whatever the case may be, there's help that is needed here. Whether it's Nash Carter, you know, if he has anger issues, whatever it may be, if it's Kimberly, if she has her own issues, it sounds like there is some sort of a mental health issue going on here, and it could potentially be on both sides. It's a shame to see this happen because MSK is a team that I think people were expecting to see move very quickly up the ladder and onto the main roster. I'm just trying to scroll through here as I'm talking real quick. And this is going to be a very short broadcast tonight. It's going to be a short one. This is the perfect tweet right here. John Draper, who I'm not quite sure who John Draper is, but he has a great tweet on this situation. I'm late to the table with this Kimberly and Nash Carter situation, but one thing I'm fairly certain of is factual. None of this belongs on the internet. None of it. People are going to believe the person that they like more and heap guilt on the other party. I agree. And I'm actually going to retweet that because I agree with that. Like I said, I am not taking sides in this situation. I am not taking sides at all because I don't know the whole story. Like I said, if it is true about Nash Carter, if it is true that he hit his wife, yeah, darn right. First of all, he should be fired from his job. Second of all, he should be facing criminal charges. But if it's not true, that's the thing. If it's not true, this is still going to haunt him. It's still going to follow him. People are going to continue to say, hey, this is the guy that was accused of hitting his wife, even if it's not true. So I don't want it to sound like I'm saying Nash Carter is a victim here. But what I'll say is, if it comes out that he never did any of this stuff, then he is a victim. But if it is true, he's not. Okay? Yeah, this is a tough subject to talk about. It really is, because this is the time that we really begin to, people start spouting off about just everything that's wrong in the world of professional wrestling. And, well, I've seen a couple of tweets. Well, if Nash Carter is going to get released for this, why is so-and-so still have a job? And why is this guy still there? And again, I don't know the validity of half of these stories that go out there about people. We're in a culture nowadays where it's very easy for a claim to go out against somebody, especially a man, and everybody treats it as gospel. Okay. And there have been situations where, speculation and rumor ended up being true. Marty Skrull, from what I believe, the allegations against him were true. That's why we haven't seen him mainstream anywhere in 2 years now, year and a half, 2 years. But it's difficult because we're living in a culture and a society nowadays that as soon as somebody goes onto a social media site and makes a claim against somebody and it spreads, then all of a sudden, that person, forget about innocent, until proven guilty. It's, well, it was on Twitter. It's true. You're guilty. Hopefully the truth does come out about this situation, whichever way it is. That's the main thing, is the truth really needs to come out about this. Just so we know what happened. And whatever the truth is, whoever needs to get the help needs to get the help. Okay? There is, the issues with this kind of thing in personal lives of professional wrestlers. It really should be a wake-up call for us as people that there are things that we need to be looking at in our lives that need to be taken care of, quite honestly. And again, like I said, on either side of this really is a mental health issue. And we as a culture have got to stop looking down on people that are dealing with mental health issues, because guess what? The great majority of people that live in this world in some way, shape, or form are going through mental health issues. Okay? A lot of people are just afraid to admit it. Depression, anxiety, rage, whatever it may be. We're all dealing with these things. But first of all, it's how you handle it. Second of all, it's how and when you ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. If you're worried about the way people are going to think about you, well, guess what? If you look at a group of friends, coworkers, family, and are scared of what they're going to think of you, maybe those people shouldn't be in your life. If you don't feel comfortable enough to share whatever is going on with you with somebody, to seek help. But always know, wherever you are, if you're seeing this online, wherever you're seeing it, know that help is available to you. And I'll tell you right now, I've heard other content creators do this, and I'm going to do it right now too. If you need somebody to talk to, if you have something going on and don't know who to talk to, my DMs are always open. Anything that's said to me is 100% confidential, 100% private. I don't share it with anybody else. I don't tell anyone else. I will just be a sounding board. If you just need to talk, if you just need to vent, please reach out to me. My social media is in my link tree, and I'm not doing this this is the one time I am not doing this because I want to get followers. That's not what this is about. If you need to reach out, go to any of my social media, send me a message. You could talk to me about whatever you need to. It stays here. It doesn't go online. It doesn't go on my Twitter. I don't share it with anybody else, because everybody needs someone to talk to. Okay? And if there's help that's needed, I could try to, to help you out with it. Now, Cade Meister, Okay, back to the world of wrestling here. He asked the question, what is going to happen to the NXT Tag Team Championship? I don't know. I cannot see them teaming Wesley with somebody else. How are they going to address this? I don't know. I really don't know. I think for right now, it may be best. Yeah, they've got 6 days to get it figured out. There was supposed to be the match between MSK and who the heck was it? MSK versus who the heck were they supposed to be facing? Oh, Grayson Waller and his big goon. That's with him. I would say, you know what? Just quietly forget about that match. Don't mention anything about the tag team championship for a week, maybe 2 weeks. Don't say anything until you can figure out a way to handle it in the correct manner. I don't think we really need to say anything about it. Do I think Jericho is going to get beat up? You mean by Eddie Kingston? Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely it's going to happen. All right. Let's end this on a positive note tonight, okay? I'm not going to talk completely about Dynamite right now, just because I have to catch the beginning part of the show. I missed the first half hour, or part of the first hour of the show tonight. But I got to tell you, that tag team main event between FTR and the Young Bucks, it was exactly what I thought it was going to be. It was absolutely beautiful storytelling, great action. The top guys, yeah, they should have won. They should have won, and they did. I thought it was a great match. It's one that I could watch over and over and over again. Not a lot of stupidity in there. Not a lot of bad things. Was it a perfect match? No, but it was definitely a great match, and it was a fantastic main event match. It really brought some really good attention to the tag team division there. I mean, they've got a lot of really good tag teams in AEW. WWE really can learn from this. One gripe I have, is it just me, or do those AAA belts look terrible? They look awful. Does AAA not spend money on their belts, or did they give FTR some crappy replicas to travel around with, and they kept the good ones in Mexico? I've been thinking about that ever since I've seen FTR with those tag team belts. They look terrible. I mean, I had toy belts that looked better than that. I don't know, but I was happy. I was happy to see FTR retain. I was almost thinking that somebody was going to come out and interrupt them at the end. I'm glad it didn't happen. It was a great way to cap off that show. It was a really solid show tonight. It really was. I like the continued dark turn that they're giving Julia Hart. She basically sends the Varsity Blondes away during her match with Hikaru Shida. That was a fantastic match. I think the biggest thing I didn't like on the show was that backstage thing with Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm. That looked really, really staged, really hokey. If anything knocked the show down tonight, it was that. But beyond that, from everything that I saw, it was a really good show tonight. It really was. All right, that's all I got for tonight. Hopefully we'll get a better understanding of the entire Nash Carter situation. I don't know. I'm not going to tweet anything else about it until I see reputable sources come out with news. And again, I am not taking any sides. Johnny, thank you very much for the follow on TikTok. I am not going to take sides of the story right now because, again, there's just too many question marks out there. Don't know what's the truth and what's not. And until the truth really does come out, I'm not going to take sides. But thank you again for tuning in. And like I said earlier, if you need to talk, if you need help with anything, if you need to vent, if you feel like you don't have anybody that you can talk to, and you just need someone that will listen, my DMs on all my social media are open. All of my social media is open for you to reach out if you need to. All right, that is all for tonight. Thank you very much. I will be back tomorrow, hopefully at a little bit of an earlier time, since there's no real true conflict with wrestling. No offense, Impact. No offense. But I can't watch you because I don't have Access TV. But that is all for tonight. Thank you very much for tuning in. Have a great night. 36th day in a row. 36, baby. 36th day in a row. So we're going to keep this going. Have a good night. I'm the Icon Johnny K. Be safe out there, everybody.